Hey, what's up? Kevin here. Hope everyone's doing well. My channel is up to 15 subscribers now, so I want to thank the people who have subscribed and people who view my videos. This is the fourth video in my Starting Onions from Seeds series. 2 days ago here in Illinois we had a beautiful sunny warm day, so I was able to get out to the garden and plant at least 200 onions. I set the camera up, I shot some video. Before I get into that, I just kind of wanted to show you a view of what my garden looks like. It's kind of unusual. This house, I guess when it was built on a steep grade, and it was probably a really sharp drop off the back of the house. So they built up an area with these huge landscaping bricks and then backfilled that with, I'm guessing, at least 3 to 4 feet of really good topsoil. So it's an excellent place to garden. The previous owners planted half of that area with perennials, irises, and rose bushes, and then I took advantage of that area and threw in a few perennial herbs like sage and oregano and thyme. And then the other half is for annual flowers and vegetables. So that area really wasn't big enough, so I built a couple of raised bed gardens in the back of the yard, and then just on the outside of those landscaping bricks was just a sharp little hill that was pretty much worthless. So I built like a wraparound raised bed that's about 3 feet deep and about 50 feet long. So that gives me a lot more space to garden. So given the way that I grow onions, the soil texture is very important. It has to be relatively dry, clump-free, and pretty fine. So what I did the day before I planted, since this is March 20th and all the snow just melted and it was still kind of wet, I took my my favorite gardening tool. I don't even know what you call this thing. It's a combination pitchfork hoe. But anyway, it's great for turning over soil. The tines on it are about 8 inches long, and it's nice and heavy, so you don't have to put a lot of effort into it. So I went through the area and just kind of turned up like the top 4 inches of soil, just to expose it to the air and expose it to the sun. And then within about 3 hours of on that sunny, warm day, it dried out enough. So then I went back through with a rake and just kind of patted it all down, broke up all the clumps. So before I go to the garden, I get myself a table and a couple of aluminum trays to catch the dirt, and I just take each pot, dump out the onions, kind of just hold the bunch of onions by the top, break up all the soil, kind of separate the roots as best I can. You don't have to separate every individual onion, because as you're working with them, they'll kind of just break apart naturally. So once I get rid of all the soil, separate the roots a little bit, I take those bare root plants, put them back in the labeled pot so that I can keep track of which ones are which, because I'm planting 4 different varieties. I do that with each one, and then I'm ready to go to the garden. So the first thing I do when I get out to my garden bed is smooth out the area that I'm going to start with, removing all the clumps, all the weeds, and then I take a small hoe and I dig a trench as far away from me as I can comfortably reach. And I pull the dirt towards me. So once this trench is dug, I'll take each individual onion, laying it in the trench, obviously roots down, and just lay them on the opposite side of the mound that I've created by digging that trench. So once I lay down each individual onion, maybe 3 to 6 inches apart, I just take my hands and I just gently push that mound of soil back into the trench, covering the roots and part of the green part of the onion, which is just fine. They'll thrive. It doesn't really matter as long as the root is covered with the soil. And that's what I was talking about, why the texture of the soil is so important. So you can just easily push that dirt over and cover the roots completely. Then I smooth out the next area closer to me, dig another trench, pulling the dirt towards me, and just repeat the process. So once you're finished, the onions won't look all that great. They'll just kind of be laying, the green part will just be laying on the soil. But that's just fine, that's normal. Within about 2 to 3 weeks, they'll stand up straight and start getting much larger. And then I'll come back and mulch them. So my next video I'll make in about 2 to 3 weeks will be showing you a really simple way to mulch the onions to suppress the weeds and keep the soil moist. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for viewing. I'll see you next time. What's up?
You filming?
Cut.
Where are you?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's alright. What's going on?
Are you going to be using your truck for the next hour?
No.
Can I borrow it?
What are you doing?
I'm going to go use some topsoil.
Yeah.
I went and got some spices or some herbs and stuff.
Some basil?
Yeah, I got basil and cilantro and thyme and a few other things. Some onions.
You got onions? You got like a million of them.
Oh, do you?
Oh yeah.
I'll just take them back.
Yeah, this is like half of what I have.
Those are onions?
Yeah.
Like red onions?
Yeah, I'm planting purple ones right now. Would you get the bulbs?
Yeah. Is that better or?
No,
It's worse?
I mean, hold on.
This is the part where Kevin educates his neighbors. So you just put these little tiny, each one of these is a little